And away we go. It is the Nightcap, brought to you by Hail Mary Sports Bar right here on BearcatJournal.com. Go visit our good friends at Hail Mary's. They're in Cheviot. They're in the Dora District. They're right on Harrison Avenue. Stop in. You can go from bar to bar with your drinks, or you can just stay at Hail Mary's. They've got 27 TVs, a 9-screen video wall, the DirecTV sports package. So everything that's streamed on DirecTV, you can pick up at Hail Mary's. Stop in. They've got brand new draft lines, brand new walk-in cooler, and of course, ice cold Cincy Light in a 32.8 degree frosted glass. All right, Aaron. Feels like it's been a while. Sorry to everybody. I have had a heck of a time getting the internet thing straightened out. Fortunately, it wasn't at my house that was the problem. Unfortunately, it was the entire subdivision and the box coming into the subdivision that our internet just kept going out, and our cable, everything just kept going out sporadically throughout the past 4 or 5 days. But I think we're good. Do I look good? Am I all right? I don't look like crap anymore.
Nope, you're good. Well, I mean, that goes without being said.
My stream doesn't look like crap anymore. Yeah.
Look, it's better you than me because tell you what, these kids their heads would explode. All 4 of them. Well, maybe not. But the other 3, their heads would explode.
Kelsey has been. Fortunately, they fix some of the download issues. My problem, of course, being the upload, was it basically under 5 Mbps for 5-6 days. So it's been
That'd be an issue.
Nightmare. It's been a nightmare. But we're back. Maybe we'll throw in an extra show tomorrow after the BBP since we've got a couple to catch up on. But baseball, they win 2 out of 3 against Kansas State. They are kind of the big story right now. They in a weird turn of events, essentially all the top teams that there was bid collusion at afoot in the Big 12 as the top teams all lost at the end of the season. The middle teams all won. Cincinnati, who looked like they could jump up as high as a 5 seed potentially, ended up at the 8 seed after winning 2 of 3 against Kansas State. So it was a weird weekend on that front, but got to feel good if you're Coach Bishel and the baseball Bearcats. Your RPI is in the mid-30s, which is in a fairly good range. They've got some good resume metrics. It's going to be interesting to see, we're not going to know until a week from today who is in, who's not in, but we get the conference tournament starting on Wednesday, 1:30 against Texas Tech, like you said. Any thoughts, Aaron, on you from the final weekend?
Yeah, Aaron Fitt, the editor-in-chief for D1 Baseball, has them as a lock. They are a lock. So I feel good about that. I mean, somebody who does this for a living has them locked in. So again, we've talked about it with Coach Bishop. We've talked about it amongst ourselves. We've talked about it in this space. He surges at the end of the month or at the end of the season, and that's 2 in a row now where he's done this. I enjoy the theatrics of it. You of course like to be locked up probably before the last series of the season. But look, I mean, we didn't go our way last year. This year, things are looking to be going in the right direction. So we'll see what happens in the tournament. I think probably 1 win in the tournament and you're probably deadlocked. But if you get 2, now you're cooking with gas.
Well, it is interesting because they've got a Texas Tech team in the first round that they beat 2 of 3 times at Texas Tech. And then you got a chance to kind of make a statement because they play West Virginia, who has been in a free fall since they swept Cincinnati. I think they've lost 6 of their last 9.
I was going to say, you definitely have some little bad blood there after getting swept by West Virginia. You're wanting some revenge, maybe some vengeance And again, if you get that second win, you're all the way in at that point. I would think.
Yeah, then you're feeling good. So
yeah,
Wednesday is going to be super important. Super important. If they can get that one, I think you can take a breath. Like I do think they're enough on like the bubble, if you will, the cut line. If you lose to Texas Tech, you're sweating all the way to Sunday.
Yes, I would agree.
If you beat Texas Tech, I think you feel pretty good. But then you beat West Virginia, then I think you don't. Then you can play free Friday,
play with house
Saturday.
money.
Yeah,
House
and
money.
see what happens. So
for sure.
Carrington Cross, a semifinalist for the Golden Spikes Award.
Dog.
I do think if he's, I think he's got to be the leading candidate for Big 12 Player of the Year. I would guess that comes out probably tomorrow.
I would.
They usually release those before the conference tournaments, right?
I'd imagine he's probably in the conversation for National Player of the Year.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's going to win it, but I think he'd be
Yeah.
in the conversation. You have to consider it. He's on the table as far as these are the guys we're considering. When you go to, I think Friday night I saw he went 2 of 4, and that raised lowered his batting average. No, it raised his batting average going 2 of 4, but lowered his on base percentage.
Yeah,
like, that's insane.
Because he only got on base 50% of the time.
Right. He had no walks.
So his batting average went down. Right.
his batting average went up, on base percentage went down.
Yeah, on base went down because he only got on base 50% of the time. That's not good enough for him.
Stupid.
Way better than that. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm sure we'll discuss it a little bit more tomorrow night on the BBP, but go lock it up. Go leave no doubt. Go beat Texas Tech. Take your swing at West Virginia, who is not playing good baseball right now, and try to fight your way in. We missed a lot this week, unfortunately.
It's a crazy week.
I was so frustrated with everything. I wanted to just throw my computer out the window. I was done. Like I was ready to fight somebody. So we did miss a lot of content this week.
Yeah.
The main thing, we're starting to finally see what we've expected, Aaron, that the ACC and the Big 12, the rumblings are growing that they're not just going to accept the Big 10 and the SEC. This is the college football playoff. There's talk of going to 16 teams. That seems inevitable. The Big 10 and the SEC are saying, we want half, Eddie. Half, Eddie. Sorry. You're not an Eddie Murphy Raw guy?
I don't recall that segment.
When he went and got the wife from Africa fresh off the bush, and then she started hanging out with the American friends, and they told her that if you divorce your husband, you can take half his stuff. It's a great bit. But anyhow, the SEC and the Big 10 won half. And finally, we're starting to hear rumblings that the ACC and the Big 12 are like, no, we're not going to give you 4 bids each, and then we get 4 bids combined. That's not going to cut it.
I imagine it's probably more than just the Big 12, or I'm sorry, the Big 10 and the SEC that are, or it's more than just the Big 12 and the ACC that are upset with this. It's because you have all of the other smaller conferences that would also be upset with this. Like, what you are taking half and then still allowed to get at-large bids, leaving us with very, very little chance. There's one spot for the group of 4, 5, 6, whatever we're at this point. I don't know.
Group of 6 now, I guess. Yeah.
Whoever's relevant. I don't know, whatever.
So essentially, it would be 4 Big 10, 4 SEC, 2 ACC, 2 Big 12. That would take it to 12 teams. Then the group of 6 would get 1. That would be 13.
And they're also
And
talking
then
about an auto bid for Notre Dame if they're in the top, if they
Notre
place in the
Dame
top
and
16. Yeah.
yeah. So then there's only 2 at-large spots to even play with. I don't think it works to do 4-4-3-3. I I don't know exactly, but the only thing that really makes sense. 3-3-2-2-1, and then you have 5 at-large spots.
The only
And
thing
then
that really makes sense
is to just
is to
take the
give the
top 16
conference
teams.
is to take the conference winners and make those auto bids and then let the rest shuffle in order. What are we doing? Why do we have to have these auto bids for the Big Ten and the SEC? Just play your way in. This is stupid that we're even having these conversations because we're the bigots in the back. Well, fucking show it. Like this is stupid.
Yeah.
This is stupid.
Yeah, and now for the first time I've seen the mention of like when we go to 16, what does that look like? Now there is talk that they want to go to 16, but they still want to do a bye for the 1 and 2 seed. So that would mean a play-in game for 13, 14, 15, 16 before they can even get into the real tournament. The teams at the back end are going to have to play their way in so that the top 2 can get a bye. Green is going to kill this sport.
They would do that during Army-Navy week, which takes away, I think, from the sanctity of the Army-Navy week.
Nobody pays attention to Army-Navy anymore.
You also you also in that situation would need to somehow get the NCAA to going to a 13th regular season game as opposed to just the 12 regular season games that the rest of the NCAA is capped at.
I don't think so because I don't think
that's mentioned it's the last line of the article.
Yeah, I just don't think that's going to be. They're not going to let that get in the way. Whatever they got to do, they're not going to let that get in the way.
It's I don't know. I agree with you. I think greed is going to ruin all of this because again, you're taking away the sanctity that is and has always been Army-Navy week, which how many of us are really going to watch Army-Navy if there's 2 badass games to watch that aren't that game?
The problem is, like, if these people would just see clearly, if the Big Ten and SEC are what they say they are, then just go win the spots. Go win the spots.
Correct.
But they know they're not, and they want a guarantee on that money. They want to make sure.
You have down years. Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of putting it on the field and letting it be decided on the field, they want to manipulate the entire so that they have a 50% chance essentially of winning the title before a game in the season is even played. Before the first game of the season, it's guaranteed that at least 50% of the playoff field is going to be those 2. Come on.
A quarter to each.
Like, is that really what people want to watch? Is that really what people want to watch? Win your conference. We're at the point, Aaron. We're at the point, Aaron, that a couple weeks ago we talked about conference championship games just aren't going to exist anymore, and nobody batted an eye. Nobody thought twice about it. Didn't even blink when the idea of the Big Ten title game becoming 3, 4, 5, 6 in the Big Ten and the SEC trying to play their way into the playoff as opposed to actually crowning a champion in those conferences. Didn't blink. Didn't bat an eye. That's where we're at. It's insane. Right there.
The internet's getting spotty, so I do apologize. But yeah, I agree. It's completely insane. And I don't know. I'm just frustrated. I think that everybody needs to just, if you want to be in, just get in. Like, do the things that you need to do to get in. This is automatic bids are stupid. It's watering it down, and it's not putting the best 16 teams out there. It's not even putting the best 12 teams out there necessarily.
You're right. All right. let's end the internet nonsense again and hope that we can get it right by tomorrow. But we'll see you tomorrow for the BBP. Try to get another one of these in tomorrow night and keep them up all week just for you. We love you guys. Sorry about the little break. That's the nightcap, brought to you by Hail Mary Sports Bar, right here on BearcatJournal.com. Snap!